Being able to set your wrist correctly in the golf swing is crucial for controlling the club face, generating leverage and speed, but also being able to swing that club on plane. So in today's episode of 3 Minute Thursday, I'm going to show you everything you need to know in just 3 minutes. So without further ado, let's chuck the timer up on the screen and let's get started. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to wrist set, think wrist set is a straight vertical motion with the wrist. Unfortunately, this was taught 20 years ago and it has been factually proven to be wrong. If you're doing it this way or you still believe it to be this way, then you need to change your beliefs, because if I set my wrist vertical like this and then just turn, now you can see my lead wrist has a lot of extension or a lot of cup to it, and this gets the toe of the club pointing down to the ground. This is a very open position. On the way down, the face is going to be open. I'm going to have to do some groovy squaring motion, very hard to be consistent. So, what is wrist set? What are we looking to see? Well, it's a combination of two things. Number one, the left wrist does set upwards, but the right wrist sets back on itself this way. Combine the two together and wrist set is actually more at, say, like a 45 to 60 degree angle. Now, it's like baking a cake. We see that the measurements of this is it's about 1/3 from the left wrist setting up, 2/3 from the right wrist setting back. Now, most golfers struggle with the right wrist motion. So for a lot of you out there, you need to actually focus more so on that feeling, setting the right wrist back on itself. We call this sort of loading that trail wrist, fancy term for you. So if you just stand here and go, okay, this is not what we're actually looking to see, this is what we're looking to see, you can see when I set that trail wrist back on itself, how it pulls the lead wrist into a flat position. When it comes to training this, the best drill by far is the stop and go drill. It's like a little preset drill. So if I set up to the golf ball here, if I set it up, like I said, at sort of this 60 degree angle, some coaches like to go straight to parallel. You can go somewhere at this 60 degree angle. As long as you just get things in the right position here in terms of your wrists, absolutely fine. I don't mind if you're here or parallel to your toe line. But then from here, if you then just turn to the top, look, the left wrist is flat, the right wrist has its extension, the right arm is loaded, everything's in a great spot, the club face is in a good position at the top. So now all you have to do is then just shift and turn on the way down, let the arms get onto plane, and you're golden. And that's literally going to solve so many of your downswing issues. So here's what that stop, check and go drill will look like. If I set up to the ball right here, you can see it's a little sort of 45 degree right there. Yep, good position. You can see club face, good spot, left wrist, good spot. Then from there, just turn and hit and through. And you can see as I do that, I'm able to hit a really nice straight shot there, but it's nice and simple. We're not overcomplicating this movement. So if you struggle with your wrist set, just remember the key element is this right wrist setting back on itself. This pulls the left wrist into a flat position and this gets the club face in a good spot. And this also is a crucial component, that little angle there in the back of the trail wrist, of having shaft lean at impact. Use this and it's going to massively help you with your game.